Well, the MIAA Women's Basketball Championship game takes place tonight, with the winner earning an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And Pitt State is in the final for the second year in a row. Here we go. MIAA Tournament Championship. Pitt State faces Fort Hays State, the only team in the conference to beat the Gorillas in the regular season. First points of the afternoon belong to PSU courtesy of a Grace Pyle jumper. And once again, Pitt State gets off to a red-hot start. A couple of minutes later, Karenna Gerber turns around and scores, and the Gorillas lead 13-3. Still first half, Macy James attacks the hoop, gets fouled, and she scores. Pitt State would lead by 16 at halftime. Every time the Tigers would cut into the lead, the Gorillas have the answer. This three-pointer from Hannah Nilgis makes it a 24-point game. Later in the fourth, Hayes pulls within 13 and Harper Schreiner connects from deep to push it back to a 16-point deficit. Then down the stretch, Karenna Gerber knocks in her first three-point field goal of the season. As the final seconds tick away, the Gorillas start to celebrate. After winning the regular season conference championship, Pittsburgh State women's basketball wins the MIAA tournament as well. The Gorillas with a wire-to-wire victory over Fort Hays State in the title game, 81-73 final score. John Dales is in Kansas City with more on the Gorilla victory.
For the second year in a row, Pitt State women's basketball cuts down the nets at the MIAA tournament. The Gorillas are conference tournament champions once again, and this time around they did it by getting out to hot starts in the first quarter. Against Missouri Southern in the quarterfinals, the Gorillas opened up a 20-11 lead in the first quarter of the game. Against Washburn in the semifinals yesterday, they get a 19-2 lead, and then against Fort Hays State in the conference title game this afternoon, Pitt State opens up a 13-3 advantage in the first couple of minutes of the contest and never looks back en route to a second consecutive conference championship.
Well, they're fearless. I mean, they're absolutely fearless, because a lot of teams would, I think, get intimidated by the moment, or feel like, oh my gosh, you know, we don't have salve, like they're huge, and when you have a player go down, you know, it's somewhat, you could, you know, run from that adversity, or you could stare right in the eye and just be like, well, we don't have a choice.
Championships are great, and they're very uncommon too, so we're grateful when we celebrate them when they happen, but I think they also motivate you a lot more. When you get that little taste of success, you're motivated for more, and I think that this is what this group is feeling right now.
As you heard Grace Pyle mention, the job is far from done for the Gorillas. Next up is the NCAA tournament, and by the end of tonight, we expect to hear the news that Pitt State will host a regional in the NCAA tournament at John Lance Arena. But for now, signing off from Kansas City, I'm John Dales, KOAM Sports.
We had some gorgeous weather today, which makes for a perfect day for baseball. And lucky for us, our local college teams have plenty of action on the diamond today. First up, Pitt State is on the road. The Gorillas finish off their weekend series with a doubleheader against Central Oklahoma. The Gorillas go ape in Game 1, scoring 9 runs to the Broncos 5. They get off to a hot start in Game 2, but can't stop the Bronco offense and lose 10-5 to split the doubleheader. Pitt State's upcoming weekday matchup was canceled, but they'll welcome Northwest Missouri into the jungle next weekend. Missouri Southern is also away from home, facing off against Fort Hays State. And there must be something in the air today, because this one is a slugfest as well. The Lions take down the Tigers 12-10, tying up the series with Fort Hays. The rubber match is set for tomorrow at 1. We also have a couple of softball matchups today. Missouri Southern has a doubleheader of their own against Central Oklahoma. The Lions start the day off slow, failing to score against the Broncos and dropping Game 1 2-0. But they storm back in Game 2, scoring 9 runs in the first 5 innings and shutting out the Broncos for the Mercy Rule victory. So the Lions split the day, and they'll come back home for another doubleheader Wednesday, this time against Maryville.
Really, a really great day for Pitt State sports, it feels like today.
It really is. It's a special day for the women's basketball team, making it to another NCAA tournament. It's really exciting.
Yeah, and you can't count them out. You know, Pitt State is those girls, they fight hard every year, so we're excited to see what they can do in that tournament for sure. We'll be right back.